Hello and welcome to another episode of As Told by Gonzo. Thank you so much for returning. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 2019 documentary Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street, the story of Mark Patton, the star of A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Uh, this documentary follows Mark Patton from when he first started acting. He's coming from a small town. When he was 17, he moved to New York, and from New York, he moved to LA, and that's when he kind of started really getting deep into acting roles, film roles, and the documentary continues to show how he got the part of Jesse in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and finally how getting that part really affected his career and really affected his personal life. This is a really good documentary. It's the third in kind of like a trilogy of documentaries, I'd say. This is the third documentary that deals with the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. In 2010, we had Never Sleep Again, which is a really good, like 3.5 documentary on the whole series, going from the first one to Freddy vs. Jason. 2011, we have I Am Nancy, which is a documentary of, I forgot the actress's name, who plays Nancy in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. And then we also have this one with Mark Patton. What I really enjoy about this documentary is the whole cast and crew is back, including the writer. And the writer has a lot to deal with Mark Patton's like anger and frustration. It really dives deep into what it was like being a gay actor in the 80s with the AIDS epidemic, and really kind of hiding who you are as a person, and it being really hard to get film roles, especially if you're an open gay actor. And Mark Patton just really lays everything out on the table in this documentary. You really feel for him as a person and everything he kind of gave up after A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. And the last 20 minutes of this documentary is really fulfilling. It really brings the whole documentary together. If you've never even heard of this documentary, I highly recommend checking it out. I've honestly never heard of it until about 6 months ago. Comes to find out, doing more research, this whole documentary went on tour last year in 2019, and actually came to my city in Seattle. I didn't know about it then. I totally would have went and supported this documentary. But I honestly didn't know about it until 6 months ago. Finally, bought the DVD. It's pretty cheap on Amazon, and sat down and watched it. And I'm glad I did, because this is a phenomenal documentary. The documentary runs about an hour and 45 minutes, which is not as long as I wish it was. I wish it was a little bit longer. I'm used to these horror documentaries, including the Nightmare on Elm Street one and the Friday the 13th, being really long, like 3 or 4 hours. But I know from this type of documentary, it can't be that long. It would just drag on and drag on. But as far as the DVD goes, it's really inexpensive, and it's actually bare bones. There's actually no menu on this DVD. As soon as I stuck it in my Xbox, it went straight to the documentary, and then as soon as the credits were done, it went straight to my Xbox menu. I really recommend this documentary, especially if you're into A Nightmare on Elm Street, any of those movies, or you're just into 80s slasher in general. All right, until next time, see you guys later.